Today we're going to talk about ice in cocktails. Which cocktails should have ice, which shouldn't, and which cocktails should have specialty ice. Before we go any further, these are not hard and fast rules. These are simply the way the recipes for these cocktails were designed, which reflects how they were meant to be diluted. If you prefer to drink these cocktails in a different way, that is totally acceptable. If you get served these cocktails in a different way at a bar, that doesn't mean they're trying to pull a fast one on you. For example, at my bar, we only have 1-inch ice cubes. We don't have any kind of specialty ice. So you're either getting a glass full of 1-inch ice cubes or no ice cubes. That being said, let's talk about this. Now you might be wondering, Jared, if we're talking about ice, why do you have all these glasses in front of you? Well, the glass that the cocktail is served in is a great indicator of how much ice or what kind of ice is meant to be in the cocktail. So we're going to break that down and talk about each one of these individually. If a cocktail is served in a water or pint glass, it usually is going to be full of regular 1-inch ice cubes. This would apply to your Bloody Marys, your Long Island iced teas, and your Dark and Stormies. But this also applies to hurricanes, margaritas and palomas, and Moscow mules, which would not be served in a glass like this, but like I said, these aren't hard and fast rules. Next, we have this guy. If a drink is served in a specialty glass like this, it probably is served with crushed ice. This is mostly going to apply to tropical cocktails such as Mai Tais, mojitos, and mint juleps. As an aside, this glass is from Psycho Susie's here in Minneapolis, which recently closed down. If someone wants to buy that up and reopen it, that would be fantastic. Next, we're going to have your rocks or double rocks glasses. Drinks served in these glasses can go either way when it comes to ice, but if they have ice, it's probably one large cube. For example, Old Fashions and Negronis would be served in a glass like this with one large ice cube. However, any kind of sour cocktail, whiskey sour, amaretto sour, New York sour, will also be served in this glass, but should not be served with ice. Again, if you want ice in your whiskey sour, go for it. The last glass we're going to talk about is our martini glass, and these rules also apply to its smaller, curvier, sexy cousin, the coupe glass. Anything served in a glass like this should not have ice unless you personally want it in there. So of course we have the obvious: vodka martinis, gin martinis, espresso martinis, and lemon drop martinis. Some other classic cocktails you'll find served in a martini glass or coupe glass will be a cosmopolitan, a daiquiri, a gimlet, or a Manhattan. And then finally, as an honorary mention, I don't have any champagne flutes in my house, but anything served in a champagne flute, such as a mimosa, a French 75, or a champagne cocktail, should also not have any ice unless you asked for it. One last reminder, these are not hard and fast rules. I just wanted to come on here and talk about how the cocktails were designed to be served, but none of those rules were written in stone, so please don't come at me in the comments. That's all I got. I hope you learned a little something about ice today.